What's up, my people? How you guys doing? Good afternoon from Brazil. So I wanted to make this video quickly while I'm washing plates and cleaning the house. So I know people have been asking me to start to do lifestyle, what's really going on in Brazil. Oh, I want to take a consultation to know about what's going on, how is life there. So I came across one video, right, yesterday or thereabout. So this lady was arrested. Ask me why she was arrested. Why, right? So apparently, this lady, who is a Brazilian, she beat a 12-year-old child until the baby had marks. Not baby, I'll say until the teenager. Until the teenager had marks, visible maltreatment marks on her hand. You know this normal thing that we do in Africa now, where the parents will discipline you. You know, all of us have had that experience where your mom would discipline you for doing something wrong. You know, you went to meet boy, you spoke to this boy, which is probably most of the things that would have happened. Probably the girl was trying to, maybe she caught her with some guy, or maybe, kissing, because it's very accessible here, okay? So these things are not big deal for them here. So probably the mother caught her doing all those things and she didn't want it for her, why she beat her, but we don't know the reason yet, okay? So she beat the babe, the teenage daughter, and then the neighbors. I always thought these things happen only in US, UK, and all those things. So, but that's what's trending in Brazil right now. So she beat the babe to stupor, her daughter. She beat her teenage daughter, 12-year-old daughter, to stupor. And then the neighbors, everybody gathered. Those people that did not concern you, those people that were there on the name, those people that were not there on the name, all of them gathered, came to the house, and what? Chama Polícia. Do you know what Chama Polícia is? Call the police. Police is taking too much time to come. What's going on? Okay, they called Uber. They asked her, the neighbors asked her to call Uber. PG Uber. Some of the neighbors as well wanted to start fighting the mother, getting physical, trying to eat her, trying to, you're crazy, você tá maluco, você tá cano, você me xingar, stuff like that. Decided to exchange words with the mother. Some of them tried to get physical with the mother to beat her or stuff like that. Some women, but some elderly women did not allow that to happen. So they told her, the mother, call an Uber immediately to the hospital before even police or anything. The police will come and meet us in SUS. I meet them in SUS. I beg, God forbid. Let police come and meet them in where? SUS. What is SUS? Hospital. SUS. So she called the Uber. Uber was Uber, guys. So there's some words I'm calling in Portuguese because obviously. She called the Uber, and then Uber arrived. Neighbors that could drive or that had their own personal cars followed them. Then some other aunties followed them in the car as well. When they got immediately they got to the hospital, SUS. The first person that welcomed the woman was what? The Polícia. So when Polícia welcomed her, it was a woman and a man. The woman and the man didn't go near the woman. He went immediately to the teenager to look at her hands, her face, and all those other places that the woman might have beaten the daughter in. So she was trying to comfort the daughter. The woman, the other policewoman that came with the policeman, welcomed the mother's face with dirty slap. Hey! Africa! I was like, what? It's because a lot of controversies, lots of so many things that it's been trending. I said, let me come and give you guys this gist. So the policewoman slapped the mother, and then people were saying, yes, the this is how it's supposed to be. If she cannot take beating, why is she giving beating to an angel? So children are very sacred here. Unlike Africa, Nigeria, I won't talk about Africa because I don't know, but I think it's general for all of us like that. Nigeria in particular, you know the normal way, you just lọ́jọ́ kò síbi kan lọ fọ́mọ́ yẹn lọ ṣe homework lọ́ọ́yà aboyi to body. You know all those normal things that we've seen as normal that we went through when we were young was what this lady just went through. You know, some of us that time when we were young will say, I'm going to pack out of this house. I'm going to pack out. We're going to carry our small box and our small bag that year. 2000s in GS1, in primary 2. I think I was in primary, in 2006 I was like in primary 4 or something. So that time when they maltreat me or they beat me like this, they're correcting me, I would have gone to pack my school. But me, I was a boarder. I was a boarding school student. Primary, secondary, I went to boarding school. Secondary school, I went to boarding house. Primary, I went to boarding house. Mayflower, I went to Mayflower Primary School, junior school. So my knowledge, I already started to think like an adult as at the time I was in primary school, because I was in primary school with elderly people. Normally, private primary schools in Lagos, you would have students like in primary school, 10 years old, 11, max 12 in primary 6. But that time we were having 15, 16 in primary 2, primary 3. So there were a lot of cases in the assembly where they'll say somebody and somebody were sleeping with each other. So they'll call them out, flog them. Sometimes they will expel them, sometimes they don't. Just give them punishment and everybody goes separate way. So from primary school, you already started to expose to those kind of things. So it was like, you already know you're wrong from your right from primary school. You don't wait to get to secondary school GS1 before you start to know it. That was my own story. So that time they'll just flog you small. You can carry my school bag. I'm traveling, I'm moving far. I want to travel out. I want to run away. That was the case that happened with this young girl here in Brazil. So now it raises the question of, can Africans coming to Brazil beat their children the same way this woman disciplined her child? Yeah, it depends. You have to be extremely careful with your discipline. If you cannot discipline your child with your mouth, don't take them abroad, because these days is like everything is changing. If you cannot tell them, sit down there, sit down, don't do your own work with just verbal or your eyes, don't come abroad. Okay? Before they were saying Brazil is not abroad, but it's like it has started to enter abroad. It's like it has started to enter abroad, because now you can't beat your kids, your neighbors are going to report you. So you have to be very careful. You need to learn another way. Okay, you have to unlearn and relearn and learn another way to correct your children without involving abara and movement. Bring your hand, all those things. You have to learn how to stop it. Communicate with children like someone that you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be rude, because I know there are elderly people here that are older than me that already have kids. So communicate with your children verbally if you're coming to Brazil, or if you're already in Brazil and you are training kids, communicate with them verbally. The truth is, any kid that uja is God that is doing what? Saving everybody's head. So no matter how much you beat some kids, no matter how much you try to correct them, is what they will do. Last they will do. So now not to put your own self in trouble because you are trying to correct, or because you can begin to watch YouTube videos of how to train your kids in a verbal way. How to tell your kids to do things that will convince them that this thing that you are doing, the end of it Isparun is what? Iparun is what? Destruction. So there is a way you have to learn how to do all those things so that you don't engage or put yourself in a situation where policewoman will be giving you dirty slap because you are trying to train your kids. Obviously, this woman will be in prison for another, they might give her 2, 3, 4, 5 years. As the situation is going now, that everybody is trending, is on Twitter, is everywhere in Brazil, everybody's carrying it up and down now. It's on the news, you understand? So people that will not know about it are people that probably don't speak Portuguese or don't understand Portuguese. So if you are a foreigner that understands Portuguese, you would know that this is what's going on currently. It's on the news, it's going on and on. You know? So because of how the thing is trending, if all these children, what they call these people that always to fight for children, I don't know the name, if they get involved, they might take the child from her and then probably put her in foster home or take her to the father side of the family or grandparents, put her in a restriction, like restriction order between the mom and daughter. It doesn't cost them anything here. Put a restriction order. Probably she'll have to start to take permission to visit the child in the grandma's house, or you know, all those nonsense things. So in conclusion, learn how to train your kids orally. Even verbal abuse is also not accepted. You are mad, you are stupid, all those things. When I say orally, I don't say you should transfer beating to oral beating. Orally, you can do this. Sit down here, Junior. This is what you should do, Junior. Princess, this is wrong. Don't do anymore. Prince, take your book and read. Study. You are African. This is what you should do to do this one, to do this one, to do that one. Give them examples of people that have done well as Nigerians that they can use as what? Role models. In all, let me continue washing plate. I'm trying to cook black beans today, guys. If you've seen my video on Instagram about black beans, Brazilians are teaching me how to make black beans. So today I want to make it. Already going to buy this maca. I don't know which maca is this. Combo Brazil or Com Brazil. I don't know what it is, but this is like the best one I saw there. So they told me that I'll have to first soak it for 24 hours before I cook it. I didn't know this, because the first time I cooked it, it was terrible. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out, like Brazilian type. So they told me that, oh, that's because you didn't soak it in water. Soak it in water with vinegar, lime, and I don't know, bay leaf. You know, I'm going to check again on Instagram what they said. So if you want to learn how to cook Brazilian black beans, watch the next video. Okay, thank you for watching. Ciao.